Listen, I'll be the first to say that if SHAKUR Stevenson William Zepeda ever gets made, I have SHAKUR not only winning, but I have Kerr picking this guy apart. And it won't be because Zepeda isn't good enough. It won't be because Zepeda is inferior to him, but stylistically. After watching Zepeda's last two outings against Tevin Farmer, there's no doubt in my mind that he would be target practice for SHAKUR. I mean, there wasn't really a doubt in my mind before, but those two Tevin Farmer fights let me know everything I needed to know if I ever wanted to break down or dissect this matchup. That's not to take anything away from Zepeda, who just defeated Tevin Farmer in their rematch, because yes, William Zepeda most definitely won that fight. Like, I don't know where all the controversy from this decision came from, but Zepeda clearly dictated the pace for the majority of the fight, and his effective aggression had a major impact on the outcome. Listen, I get it. Tevin Farmer showed heart by fighting through a hand injury. You know, he had some good moments and snatched up a few rounds himself. No one's taking that away from Farmer. But to anyone claiming robbery or that they saw Farmer win that fight, you might have just as many eye problems as Tevin Farmer does himself, because I don't know what the fuck you were watching. Now, with that being said, when it comes to SHAKUR Stevenson, something's got to give, man. It doesn't matter how much I believe Kerr would beat William Zepeda, because when we hear things like Zepeda's trainer claiming that SHAKUR rejected a fight with Zepeda for Canelo's undercard on May 3rd, leaking this information just a couple days prior to the rematch with Farmer, it seems like that narrative isn't going away anytime soon when we have Oscar De La Hoya now claiming that SHAKUR just rejected the fight, which caused SHAKUR to once again get on his Twitter sin and jump to his own defense. One thing about the he say, she say is we'll never really know any specifics outside of what the fighters and promoters give us. But here's my problem with Stevenson. Look, I understand you're an elite fighter and a champion at your weight class. I understand most put you at the pinnacle of the upper echelon as far as talent goes amongst your peers. I get that you're viewed as the next Floyd Mayweather or Andre Ward, whichever folks prefer. But things start to look shaky when every major or marquee matchup that involves you either falls through or can't be made. Because what it does is, it leaves fans and spectators caught in the middle of either having to believe that all these guys are afraid of you, but not each other, or question if you're looking for every excuse to avoid big fights. I mean, the common denominator is the common denominator no matter which way folks want to look at it. And there's a pattern here. Now, I'm not crazy about William Zepeda versus SHAKUR Stevenson, but this is what the two guys say they want. They both say they want this fight. So if you're SHAKUR, as a fighter, as a champion, as someone who's considered the future pound for pound of the sport, you have to protect your brand at all costs, bruh. That's your everything. So when you say things like, yo, Oscar, let's start negotiating, that's cool. But don't sit up there saying that you and William Zepeda will be next, when you just admitted to turning down the fight because the offer was less than what you made for Josh Padley. No one expects fighters to fight for pennies, I get that. But don't make promises you can't keep. Because when the shit falls through again, guess who everyone will turn their head up at? Not to mention, you can't afford to be letting fights pass you by with hand injuries. Hand injuries that could end up being foreshadowed if you take a look at Tevin Farmer in the rematch. We know Zepeda got a big ass head, I'm just saying, bro. So hopefully the fight gets made. Because if not, all the Kerr haters will definitely call this a duck. They're already calling it a duck. They'll say he priced himself out of a fight with Haney. He passed up on a one-fight PBC deal for Tank. He's been accused of foul play in the whole Kid Austin situation, and he's pricing himself out of a fight with William Zepeda. That's not what I'm saying, but this is what people will say. So make it happen if it's the fight you claim to want. It's like Nike. Just do it.